Hey guys, you'll have to pardon the mess in my shop today. It's pouring rain outside and work is underway in here. I got quite a bit of water and metal shavings and stuff like that on the floor. But the reason I'm doing this video today is I am reviewing the Jancy Slugger Holemaker 2 mag drill. And I've owned this drill now for a couple of weeks and I've never owned one before. I don't typically do a lot of heavy iron work, and I've never really had a need for one until now. The city hired me to build some steel staircases, and in doing that I had to drill a whole bunch of holes in this 12-inch C channel here. That's a pretty compact little unit. It doesn't weigh too much. Almost all the drilling that I had to do was horizontal on site. I'll be able to do some vertical drilling here. Now there's actually a guard that goes over the bit. I had to remove it just for these holes right here on this angle. Just the guard got in the way of proper positioning of the tool, but I will put it back on for the rest of the vertical holes. Now this piece of angle here is only 1/4 inch thick, which I was a little bit concerned about. I didn't know if the electromagnet would hold well enough to to safely drill these holes. But after drilling about 100 of these things, I haven't had it release even once. So of course the C channel is quite a bit thicker and it has no problem on there. The electromagnet on this thing is just super powerful. It works really good. Obviously on really thin metals it's not going to have enough clamping force, but I've tried it on all the way down to 1/4 inch and it seems to hold just fine on down to 1/4 inch. It does have a safety switch in it, so if the metal isn't thick enough, it actually won't let you start the drill. But right here on the C channel, the webbing on this is a little more than 3/8 thick, so it's plenty thick enough. You can see here the drill is nice and portable. As soon as I turn on the switch, now it's locked to the C channel. So it works pretty good. Yeah, with these annular cutters, lubrication and cooling is really key to keeping them sharp. I've drilled a couple hundred holes, and the bit that I'm using still cuts just like it's new. Most of the holes that I did horizontally, so I actually just made up this little spray bottle right here of cutter lube and just liberally sprayed it on there while I was doing my horizontal cuts. But for the vertical cuts, it's got this cool gravity feed tank on it. It's got a little valve right here, and the valve's open right now, but you'll notice that the lube isn't flowing. And the center pin that's in here is on a spring. It actually acts as a little valve. And so if I depress this and actually push it down, you can see that the lube's flowing now. So that way you don't have to be turning the valve on and off all the time when you're doing your cuts there. But it works pretty good. I bought a gallon of cutter lube, which you mix with water. The stuff I use a 50-50 mix, and even after a couple hundred holes, I've only gone through maybe, I don't know, about 1/4 of the actual lube. Alright, let's get to work. We got a bunch of holes to drill in this C channel. Well, there you have it. That was, I believe, 16 holes right there. I got a few more to do, but nice and quick. No problems. Nice burr-free holes. Now, if I'd attempted this with a twist bit and a drill, I mean, it would have been, probably for these 16 holes, would have been at least an hour. I probably would have had to sharpen the bit at least once in there, and the holes wouldn't be nearly as nice as these. Well, that's it. That's my impressions on the Jancy Engineering Slugger Holemaker 2. I really like this thing. It's an awesome tool. Really, so far, I haven't found any weaknesses. You know, everything's made out of metal, except for this handle right here is plastic, but it seems to be plenty sturdy. I've been really impressed with it. Like I said, I haven't owned any other ones, so my impressions are that of a novice mag drill owner, but really, you know, I know a good tool when I put my hands on one, and I've really enjoyed owning this thing.